All right, Rob Pizzola, he's on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline, a professional sports bettor based in the lovely nation of Canada. He's also the founder of the Hammer Betting Network, and you can catch him hosting Forward Progress, their NFL betting show on YouTube and all other major podcast platforms. Forward Progress dives deep into weekly matchups, betting markets, and analysis from some of the sharpest minds in the industry. Follow Rob on Twitter at Rob Pizzola. Hello, Rob.
Hello, Mark.
How you feeling? Your Cowboys are playing tonight. You're a big Cowboys fan.
I'm excited. Listen, the Cowboys have been playing really well lately. They finally had full health on defense, and it's kind of really changed things around. When you have a top 5 offense and your defense is no longer the worst in the league, you can actually make some noise. So I try not to get excited when it comes to the Cowboys, but I think playoffs, it could happen, and you just got to get in. And then you never know because there's like no elite teams this year. Any team can lose in the NFL. Rams lose to the Panthers last week. Who saw that coming, right? So I'm excited as a Cowboys fan for the first time in a very long time.
And Rob, being a Cowboys fan, are you a fan of Jerry Jones? Because I think he's a great owner. I think he's terrible at everything else.
I'm with you there, Crowder. I don't want to say too many bad things about the guy. Obviously, he bought the team. He led them to a lot of success in the 90s. But since then, I think he's overstepped his boundaries a little bit. Sometimes I think a lot of Cowboys fans would be just like, Jerry, stay out of the spotlight. You don't need to say things, coming out and just making up stories about how they offered Micah Parsons and a first for Quinn and Willett. Like that never happened. There's no planet where that ever happened. And the Jets said no in real time to that deal. So, it's that kind of stuff that bothers me. But with that said, they're fielding a pretty decent team right now. And Dak's finally getting his flowers. He's had a really good year. Picking up George Pickens was fantastic. It's hard to believe a team would let him go. Obviously, personal issues and stuff like that. Some teams don't want to deal with it. Fine. Cowboys get him. They have 2 really good receivers now. The defense is trending upwards. So, I'm pretty optimistic, but certainly not the biggest Jerry Jones fan. That's for sure.
What is Cowboys game night on a Thursday night like in the Pizzola household? You make something special? What's the setup?
No, there's nothing special. First it starts with well in advance where I tell my wife, figure out something else to do on this night because I don't want my wife seeing me watch Cowboys games in real time. I don't like to, I've had to be on some live watch alongs on Forward Progress this year during Cowboys games. I had a terrible one against Arizona, a great one against the Raiders. I get into it a lot. It's my favorite team. I cheer for them. So for me, it's just, I like my peace and quiet alone. I don't need my friends around, rubbing it in my face when Detroit makes a big play or something like that. I can see what happened. I don't need someone else to tell me what happened. So, I
get when people do that when they know you either love a team or have money on a team and they tell you something that just happened terrible for you and somehow seem to be taking some sort of pride in that. Yeah. I don't know.
It's like, wow, the Cowboys defense is getting carved up. It's like, yeah, I know. I have eyes. Like I'm watching the same thing. I don't need you to reiterate it to me. So I like to personally just watch Cowboys games alone. I'm not, I take it in myself and
snacks. What do you do for a meal and snacks?
Yeah, I do it all.
Like Cheez-Its?
No, I'm not like a Cheez-Its.
Goldfish crackers?
Listen, I don't do the shopping for our family.
So, right, but you do the eating. So what?
I do the eating.
What do you take out of the Ruffles?
It always starts
all dressed.
We do have all dressed. Yeah, I'll tell you this. This sounds really lame. It always starts with me trying to eat like some sort of healthier snack. And then as the game goes on, I start to get into, the real garbage food. So my wife will cut up some celery. She'll put it in the fridge and I'll have like some celery. If I'm feeling crazy, I'll scoop some peanut butter with the celery.
I love
But then as the game goes on, it's the chips get broken out and you're like, what am I doing with carrots and celery here? Like, this is no way to live. Right. So, but you don't start that way, or because by the time the half comes around, you feel like garbage, right? You need to feel like garbage after the game, not during the game.
All right. Makes sense. What about soda? Yeah. I see you're drinking water there. What are you drink a soda? Have a beer?
I don't drink soda. I am a beer guy.
Really? By yourself? You'll have a can of beer or something by yourself, a Labatt's?
I won't have a single can of beer tonight. It will be probably a sixer, I would say.
What?
Yeah, that's likely what's going to go down. I don't drink soda,
by yourself?
though.
You'll have a sixer by
normal,
yourself.
Hoch.
Football game? I've never had a beer by myself.
I don't work like traditional hours, right? My Friday is I got to be online for when injury reports start coming in, usually around 1 p.m. So I can sleep in. This is my Monday night, Thursday night. I go, I don't want to say I go hard, but I enjoy myself because Tuesdays and Fridays I can sleep in a little bit. So yeah, that's going to be my night tonight.
I would have bet my life savings on Pizzola either being one of these super into craft beer kind of guys.
Yeah.
Like IPA, he could tell how many hops are in the beer,
100%.
or like a wine sommelier on the side.
No, a craft beer guy. You're 100% right on that. Something super cutesy in the grocery aisle that, nobody else has their eye on because you're always looking for the underdog.
I am a craft beer guy. But I will say this. I drink all beer. So usually I said I'll drink a sixer tonight, but I don't really go out and buy 6-packs of beer. I buy tall boys and just a bunch of random ones. So I'll mix in some regular lagers, some IPAs. I kind of just like to sample and try different things. That's a bit of my routine. I also do buy a lot of wine, but this is going to sound insane, but I get my wine recommendations from ChatGPT whenever I'm buying wine.
Wow.
You
think ChatGPT is going to change the handicapping game?
I don't think so. I've tried to experiment a little bit with building some models in ChatGPT. It's way behind the curve right now. There's just something about the human element and watching games that you can pick up on little things here and there that the computer is never really going to be able to do. It will get closer. An average person who's never built a model before can now leverage AI to help them build a model. That's cool, and it's a nice thing to do. But is it going to ever get onto the am I scared that AI is coming for my sports betting income? No, I'm not. Maybe 20 years down the road, but we're not even close to that yet.
Fascinating. All right, let me get some winners here, hopefully, from Rob Pizzola. Follow him on Twitter, @RobPizzola. Cowboys at the Lions tonight. Lions are 3-point favorites.
Listen, there was money on this afternoon that came in on the Lions. Brought it up to 3.5 in a lot of spots. I don't agree with that money. And this is coming as an unbiased Cowboys fan. The first thing I will always do when it comes to betting an NFL game is I will run my number on the game. And that's going to be my opinion regardless. Detroit is still being priced like they are the Lions of old. And they are not the Lions of old. Losing both coordinators in the offseason, especially Ben Johnson, made a huge difference for that team. The offensive line is nowhere near as good as it was last year. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is like a game-time decision today, but he couldn't even wrap his ankle and come back into the game last week on that ankle injury. This is a guy that's very reliant on making his cuts to separate. You look at that receiving core, even a guy like Khalif Raymond, who's normally down the depth chart, he's hurt. Their backup tight end to Sam Laporta, Brock Wright, is hurt. They just don't have the same weapons on offense that they used to. And they could lean into the running game. But since adding Quinnen Williams, the Cowboys are much better at stopping the run as well. So I don't see Detroit being this high-powered offense that everyone thinks of them as anymore. On the other side, they play a ton of man. They play a ton of one-high coverages. These are looks that Dak has killed all year long, because if he sees Pickens or CeeDee Lamb one-on-one, he's going to give him the ball. And the Lions just don't have the corners to be able to defend that. Terry and Arnold went on IR. They haven't had Kirby Joseph at safety since week 7. So I'm not really buying this line move here. I think the Cowboys are very live in the game. Famous last words, but I've bet Dallas at a worse number than today, and I added some more today on Dallas because I just don't think the market is caught up to the fact that the Cowboys defense is not what it was early in the year, where everyone was wide open all the time. They're playing like league average defense. They're, guys like Jadeveon Clowney are getting after the quarterback, rotational good pass rushers. So, I like Dallas in this game.
That's fun to have the side that you're betting on, the team that you're rooting for. Ooh. That makes it double the excitement.
Some would say they like to go the other way because no matter what, I don't like that either, Mark. I'd rather just bet on my favorite team and cheer for them. I don't need like an emotional hedge or something like that because, yeah, sure, I could lose the Cowboys and win money on the Lions. I don't want that.
Yeah, what fun is that?
Yeah.
There's one other game tonight, and then I'll get to the Dolphins game. The Panthers play tonight, and Panthers have been very disappointing as of late, but they're obviously extremely injured. It's not really the lineup that you would expect from the Panthers. They host the Predators tonight. Panthers are minus 200 favorites, even though Panthers have lost 3 home games in a row.
Yeah, they get Carter Verhaeghe back tonight, I believe, which will be nice for them. There's any sort of depth they can have in the lineup. I know it's really disappointing for Panthers fans, and to your point, Mark, it's just been injuries all year. They're at the bottom of the East, but Nashville is next level bad, is what I would say. So this is like a really good opportunity for them to get back on track. You look at Nashville being near the bottom of the West. Nashville's played 16 of their 26 games at home as well. So they're playing home games and they're still not winning. I actually played a little bit of Panthers puck line tonight. So right now you can get minus 1.5. It's plus 135 or so right now on that. I didn't go crazy with it. I would call it like maybe a half unit type of bet. But Nashville to me is just as pure a fade as it comes in the NHL. They don't really do anything well. They give up a ton of goals. They don't protect the net front well. So good potential bounce back opportunity for Florida here. And yeah, that's where I'm at. So
little get right game. We got a get right game on our hands tonight.
I will say this: it's only one game, a random Thursday night game. If Florida does not look good tonight against Nashville, there's some real cause for concern at this point.
Yeah, we were because we did the show out there on Tuesday. And we were asking some of the broadcasters, and one of them was like, made me a little bit nervous about, because everyone's like, oh, once they're healthy, sneak in as an 8, they're fine. But there's going to be some sort of cutoff date here where you just can't say that anymore, where it's just a lost season.
And it's the new NHL with all late in the years, all these 3-point games, so many teams going to overtime. So when you have to start passing like 4 or 5 teams in the standings to get in the playoffs, well, they're getting a point every night somehow. It just makes it harder and harder to do that. So you're right, Mark. At some point before the new year here, they gotta make some sort of run. And yeah, it's challenging. Obviously, they'll get Tkachuk back at some point. That's going to help them a bunch, but this is the opportunity for them because the Preds are a bad team. And I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I think Florida routed these guys earlier this year. I think it was like 7-3, 8-3, something like that. Trying to remember that game. Could have been on the road. Could be wrong about that. But regardless, good spot for the Panthers.
Hey, Rob, we're kind of up against it. So just like a yes or no, the Sabres this year, are you buying the Buffalo Sabres?
Well,
okay.
Where's this from? Yeah.
Well, they're turning heads, and every time the Panthers play them, they beat the Panthers. But the Buffalo Sabres have been trashed for years. For years. I mean, aren't they bottom feeders in the NHL?
What is going on here? What are you? You're turning heads. Who's that?
They're turning heads. They're playing much better hockey. I was reading in the Athletic,
better hockey than
No.
They're turning to the exits.
Here's the weird thing about being a bettor. I almost never look at the standings, right? I don't care about the standings. I just care about.
Maybe you should, Rob.
But there's no way Buffalo is not like a bottom 3 team in the East right now. All they do is lose. All they do is lose. What turning heads?
Why are you interested in?
Are you sure this wasn't an article from like 6 years ago?
He's trying to flex some sort of weird hockey knowledge.
Not at all. Not at all.
Did you write that question down?
I'm asking somebody with
Solana, did you write that question?
You're concerned?
No. Hold on a second. You guys,
you're concerned
because
if
you're
he's
not
buying the Sabres or not?
I just pulled up the standings. They have the worst points percentage in the East. They're dead last in the East. I knew.
So you're not buying them yet. You're not buying them yet. You need to see a little more.
Are they turning your head? Did they turn your head?
They've gone 6-4 in their last 10 games, guys. So stop the presses. We're gonna write an article about it.
Above 500, Rob. Above 500.
Yeah. Let's see if they could string that together. There's 82 games in a year, Solana. It's not 10.
Where did that question come from? I have to know. I have to know.
What do you mean? It's the Sabres. It's a pick.
Name one player on the Sabres.
On the Buffalo Sabres?
Yeah, on the Buffalo Sabres. Yeah.
I couldn't name one player.
Name one player in history that's ever played for the Buffalo Sabres.
Patrice Bergeron.
Incorrect. Lifelong Bruin right there. A B team. You get that. The team started with a B.
my God. What was that?
Yeah.
Are you having a stroke?
Yeah.
Don't
Don't get
blink
upset
twice.
because you're not following the East. Don't get upset because you're not following the East. Some of us are following the Panthers and the Eastern Conference. Some of us are following them.
But what does that have to do with the Sabres?
I just wanted to know if Rob, who follows hockey more, was buying the Sabres. What's the problem with that?
It was just such a random segue there. It's like, before we let you go, like we don't even have the Dolphins game to talk
We've
about.
never
But
mentioned the Sabres on this show. I don't even think when the Panthers play them, I don't even think you know what a Sabre is.
No idea. I wasn't even sure that was the team name.
Don't get into it. Just a yes or no.
That was the strangest question.
We could have flew right by it, Hoch.
And I don't know if you saw in the video, but I could have flown right by it. You kept going like this. Like, I've got one quick question. Like, he was adamant. And I knew I needed to get to the Dolphins game. That's what you had to squeeze in.
Guys, I joined before you went to break, and I heard it's the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana show. They finally included Solana in the. And this is what this is how he pays it back.
Yeah,
he feels like he's got this immense pressure now to talk sports with you guys. He's the Sabres. This is
good one.
Oh, is that a no, Rob?
Wild left turn. Usually I can see a left turn coming. That was wild. Dolphins Jets on Sunday. Dolphins are 2.5-point road favorites, Rob.
Yes. This one's an interesting one because when I first saw the line in this game, my immediate thought was this was on Sunday. It's like, this is going to be Tua playing in the cold. I've seen that song and dance about 1 million times before, and it's not the greatest. Now, the more and more we're looking at the weather reports here in the Northeast, I mean, it doesn't look that bad at all. No wind. It's not going to rain or snow. In terms of cold, not too bad. I'm looking at the Jets injury report right now. Tony Adams not practicing. Jarvis Brownlee not practicing. Jermaine Johnson, edge rusher for them, limited with an ankle. The Jets are pretty beat up on the defensive side of the ball here. So now I'm like, I don't really know what to do with this game necessarily, but I think this actually could be a sneaky over in this one. You look at the Jets, they've been much better with Tyrod Taylor under center. They actually have a downfield passing attack now. A.D. Mitchell, who they brought over from the Colts, gets good separation, drops a lot of balls, but he can move down the field. John Mechie, another guy that they've incorporated into the offense. So I think there could be some sneaky points in this game. Jets are dealing with a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball. Their offense has gotten better overall. That's where I would look. From a props perspective, I know you guys have access to Hard Rock. In Florida, there's 2 props that I like in the game that you guys can bet right now. One is Malik Washington for the Dolphins. I like his receptions over 2.5, minus 135. He's just getting a ton of snaps, really, for this number to be that low. He's gotten at least 3 targets in every single game since week 2. He gets a lot of easy looks. He's not like a high A-dot guy where he's running downfield a lot. Everything's close to the line of scrimmage. So I like his receptions over 2.5, minus 135. And I was looking at the other side of the ball here and taking Breece Hall over 16.5 receiving yards. Breece Hall got 90% of their snaps at running back last week. He's a workhorse. You look at Miami this year, they've given up almost 40 yards a game to opposing running backs out of the backfield in the receiving game. It's just another easy look for the Jets offense to keep it moving down the field. So Malik Washington receptions over, Breece Hall receiving yards over for that game.
What was the end game with that question? I have to know the bit that you had to have been doing a bit. What was the bit?
There's no bit.
Yeah.
You truly were interested in the Sabres.
Yeah.
I genuinely wanted to know if Rob would find.
It would be like me talking Dolphins Jets right now, and then you interrupting and being like, "Well, what do we think about the up and coming Titans? How are we feeling about the Titans?"
That would be a fair question because we talk football on this show. We watch it and know it.
Right.
None of us watch hockey other than Panthers games, and none of us have any interest in the Buffalo Sabres. It was bizarre. I didn't even know they were in the East. Like the whole question was bizarre. I have to know the play there. What was the play?
Just wanted to know what his thoughts were on Buffalo. Sabres.
Yep. There was
Wild.
a famous philosopher, I don't remember which one. He said humans by nature desire to know. And that's Solana, right? He just wants more information. He just wants
He
to
had a
know things.
desire to
He has
know
a
about
desire to
Buffalo
know about the
Sabres.
Sabres.
Solana Stottle.
All right.
Solana.
Well, I apologize. I apologize for that question, Rob. I didn't know that was coming, and it wouldn't have made it through read through had I known that was coming. Rob Pizzola likes the Cowboys tonight, laying the points. He likes the Panthers tonight on the goal line, -1.5. And Dolphins Jets Sunday likes the over, likes Malik Washington over 2.5 receptions, and Breece Hall over 16.5 receiving yards. You can follow Rob Pizzola on Twitter at Rob Pizzola. That was delightful, Rob.
All right, guys. Best of luck with the bets. Go Cowboys.
Next week,
go Sabres.
give him a little heads up on what might.
I'll prep for every NHL team next week. You never know what's on the board.
Heavy Sabre talk.
Are you buying the Sabres? Could you imagine a worse question being asked on our show, but really on any South Florida sports talk show in particular? Like, are you buying the Sabres? By the way, on December 4th, like, a quarter of the season's been played. Are you buying the Sabres? That is just shocking.
Big week coming up for the Blues too, Rob. So we'll next week.
I swear, when you were leading with I thought you were going to ask me about the Lightning. Like, the Lightning have been hot. I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Another Florida team. But when you said Sabres, man, I was just like, what am I missing?
Mind-boggling. I still feel like I'm missing something. Like, there's something at play here. There's no way that you legitimately wanted to know that question and kept saying to me, please let me get this quick question.
Quickly, yes or no?
That's all you needed, too, a yes or no. You just want to know, yes or no, you're buying the Sabres.
I just want to know what his thoughts were on the Sabres.
No, but you didn't want to know such. You just wanted a yes or no, and then
yes
you'd piece it together from there. Fascinating. You are a fascinating creature. All right. Sorry, Rob.
No, it's no need to apologize. Solana should apologize, not you, Mark. You know.
No, I'm not gonna apologize. Sports show.
What was your follow-up?
Yeah, like, and now have your concerns been allayed, or do you have new concerns?
Well, now I just know. I mean, he's not buying the Sabres, and I'll move forward with the NHL season following the Atlantic Division, knowing Rob's not buying into the Sabres.
But it doesn't seem like you're following them based on what he told us about the Sabres.
I have no idea anything about the Sabres. Nothing.
All right. See you, Rob.
All right, guys. Take care.
That was delightful. All right. 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hours coming up next. We're going to get a visit from the Trophy and Kevin Egan, and I'm terrified at what's
Solana's excited.
I think he might try to interview the Trophy.
Kevin.
Oh my Lord.
What you got written up for Kevin?
That was bizarre, man.